Hello. Happy Monday. I was having a bit of a struggle bus trying to get my music started. So I gave up. I give up. I give up. We are here. Very excited because we are going to be doing one of my favorite quest lines in Lord of the Rings Online. It's only available during the Harvest Math Festival, and it is a very good quest line, but one of those stories that is a little bit bittersweet. But it's some good storytelling, so I like to something I like to do stream every year. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I am on the Marriott server today because apparently I had already started it on um my other characters on the main server that I play on. So I am going to be I wanted to start it. I didn't think about it until after I had already started it that, oh yeah, I probably should do like both part 1 and part 2 together so you guys can have like the full scope of the story and what is going on instead of just starting straight with the second part of the quest line. So bring this up here. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with OBS either because for some reason I can't type in that, but it's okay. I have the that up. I can type in there. All is well. There we go. It works. I told you I was gonna get it set up. Weather blows. Oh, I don't even remember getting that upgrade. So I was in the middle of buying some crafting supplies. Because I really want to make some dye, and our dear friend Vala offered to craft me some dyes if I got some supplies. So, there are some absolutely amazing, wonderful, amazing people in the LotRO community. I know I've been playing Lord of the Rings. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I know that I've been playing Lord of the Rings online for a hot minute. I don't know what this is for, but I just leveled up like 5 minutes ago, and I got a new skill. I still need to take care of my skill tree. But anyway, so I joined her kinship on Marriott, and I reached out to some friends over there because, like I said, I've been playing this game for a hot minute, but there's still so much that I haven't done and a lot that I still need to learn. And crafting is one of the things in this game that I'm a novice. I don't know what I'm doing at all.
I'm pleased to be of service.
But craft ingredients, goals, crafting. I'll just go all. But yeah, so anyway, so I reached out to some people in the kinship and very sweet, amazing, kind, wonderful people. One of the guys sent me some ingredients, but also because I'm like, this is the only character I have on the server. She's like a new character, and I don't have anything on this character. Not only did he send me some ingredients to make dye, to make the dyes that I want to make, because I like green. Green's my favorite color. But he also sent me 50 gold. He's like, here's some money so you can buy what you need. And if you need to, you should check out the auction hall if there's some ingredients that you also need to get as well. And I just seriously is like, holy crap. Holy crap. So I am going to buy some ingredients. So I mean, he sent me a lot of stuff. It seems like the copper salts and the I don't know what I need for that, so I'm gonna have to look that one up. But oops. But I have plenty of ingredients to make the 250, like crazy, and it only uses like one, I think, of each of these items. I still need a couple of items, like either universal ingredients or these candles, which I'm not entirely sure how you get though. But yeah. So we'll do 250 vials. Oops. I don't know if you heard my story, Balric. Hi, by the way. But there are some absolutely amazing people in the LotRO community. Also, Vala sent me 5 vials of olive dye, which is just so I've been on a hunt trying to get some green dyes, and I just joined Vala's kinship on Meriadoc, and it I reached out for some help on like what I need to do, and someone sent me a shit ton of ingredients, and they also sent me 50 gold to buy the rest of the things I can get from the supplier. I'm like, I am at a loss for words on how to describe like how that makes me feel. And Vala said that she'd craft whatever I needed if I got the ingredients that I need for the dye. So I was just like, oh my gosh. And on top of that, she still sent me 5 vials of the olive dye. So I was just like a bit overwhelmed by the generosity. But like in a good way. So I think I just bought the wrong vials. It's supposed to be glass vials, and I bought vials of seasonings. Oops. Vala is absolutely amazing. Very, very sweet. So apparently I need to be like, I need to be a farmer. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with these vials of seasoning, but I got them now. So, pshaw. And then there's one more thing that I can buy before we get started, because I wanted to grab these chalk and dye salts. And apparently the copper salts come from the copper deposits. So chalk. These are supposed to be in alphabetical order. Yeah, it was absolutely like amazing. Really kind-hearted people out there. I don't see chalk. I was told that I can buy. Is it a different vendor, like the salt and the chalk? I wish I could search. Oh, I can. Oh, shit. Fuck. I bought the wrong vials again. Oh my god. I told you guys I was a noob. Damn it. It's a small. I just went by the picture and that is not correct. Oh my god. I done fucked up again. Okay, so now once again I have 250 of the things that crap. Oh well. So it says piece of chalk. So I'm guessing it's under P. Farming, mining, and scholar are the 3 crafting skills to make dye. So you're saying I need 3 characters on Marriott? Oh boy. That's a lot. You have 250 things of that crap? That's a lot of crap. Okay, so they sent me 250. Well, I need it. Well, I just need like 1 of each thing, but they sent me 250 of the Lily Valley leaves and then 245 of the onion skins. So I was like, okay, so I'll just buy 250 bottles of water, 250 vials, glass vials, and you know, whatever I can get. And I bought 250 bottles of savory seasonings. Wrong. 250 glass vials. Wrong. What I needed was the small glass vials. So that was a big boo-boo. That was a big boo-boo. Oh, there it is. Piece of chalk. Right here. I'm actually reading them now. I'm actually reading it now. So this needs how much chalk? I think it's just 1 of each item, if I'm remembering correctly. For crafting, you get to choose 3 skills. Oh, I thought it was just 1. Okay, yeah, it is 1, so I just get 250 pieces of chalk. And then I need these tallow candles. I already have 1 that he sent me, so I just need 249 of those. I'm happy. Or do I not buy those? Or tallow candle? Oh, I don't see them. Maybe I can't buy those. What does it say? This item can be used. Oh, it doesn't tell me how I get it though. Rush light candles, are those here? No. So where do you get the candles from? Do those have to be crafted too? Poo-poo. That's a critical item you collect as a scholar from the scholar nodes. That's where they come from. Oh, so I can't buy them? So is it a requirement then? Dang it. I don't know. Auction hall? Okay. Or the novice or X. Ooh, can I still buy things from them even though I don't have that craft? Novice jeweler, novice tailor, novice weapon. Huh. Where's the scholar then? Are they... Am I... Oh, they're craft specific. Look for a bookcase? A bookcase. Is there another spot in the Shire? What is this building? Oh, I can't go in there. Armor. Green dragon. Oh, novice scholar. Here we go. Browse the shop. Thank you, Balric. Oh, she's got freaking vials of water. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Let's see. She's got chalk. She has salt, dye salts. Yay! And she has, oh, it says small candle. It doesn't say tallow. Okay, let me look and see how many of the dye salts I need. The dark green, not the dark green, the olive green uses, oh, it just needs one. Okay, so I just get 250 of those. The only thing I need now is the candles and the there's the tallow candle and the rushlight candle. Oh, it says optional on the thing. So you don't have to use it. Okay. Hold on. Pause. So where it says ingredients, I can't show you on my screen. But where it says ingredients, that's what I need in order to craft the items. I'm looking on the LotRO. I've got I got the I can just post the link in the chat. I got the information off of the LotRO wiki. So it's the dyes. Where the heck did I it has all the ingredients for all of the dyes. Or recipes, I should say. Beep. I was just clicking on the ones. So it has the optional ingredients. I don't necessarily need them. What does that do then? That's not confusing. Okay, so I need to get not 500, 250 buy, and then I'm gonna lock that so I don't accidentally sell it. So the only thing I'm missing now is I need copper salts for the olive dyes, but I have everything I need for the green and the dark and the forest green. Dark green and wait, I'm getting myself confused. Dark forest green and dark green. I don't understand why the olive dyes are so expensive. Like, why do they need why is it so difficult to make this color? Okay. Before I start, I just really want to get this done. Okay, so if I want to take up a craft... Oh, did I need to talk to the scholar lady? Oh, I guess she's not the one that I talked to. It says you collect this card. Farming, mining, and scholar. Okay, I'm gonna save this and then we'll do this later. I used up half an hour trying to get this right. I'm sorry. I just really want some green. I mean, look at how spiffy I look in my new outfit. Looks so good. So, Lalia's market has some dyes for sale for Mithril, and it was like 3 well, for 5 of the green, the forest green, 5 vials was like 11 Mithril, so I just bought 5 to get myself over the hump. But that was before Vala and the other kinship buddy replied back to me. Master of the Crafting Guild. I think this is who I need to talk to. No? Okay, maybe not. All right, I will figure that out later. Okay. Let's get started. It is the Harvest Math Festival where you have a bunch of really fun quests that you get to do to participate in the festivities, and most of them take place in the Haunted Burrow in the Shire and in Wistmead. And then you have various events around. Whoa, wow, lag is real, man. You have various events around. You have the horse races in Mickle Delving and in the festival grounds in Bree. I really hate that this is lagging. Hopefully it'll clear up. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. I'm on a real struggle bus right now. I can't even be like, I'm rubber banding, because that's not what's happening at all. And then you have this awesome, amazing quest line that you pick up from Bingo Boffin. It has 2 parts, and we're gonna hopefully get through all of them tonight. Hopefully I won't get too sleepy. So it starts off with you go and you talk to him, and he asks you to help his cousin out, who's somewhere over there, Priska. And you go and talk to Priska, and she's like, I want you to do all of these things, check on my kids and make sure that they're having a good time. So I did that part already, because it's a bunch of different quests that don't have anything to do with the actual story. So once I got all those done, I helped all of the different kids do all the things. We come to this part where Bingo is like, you know what? We're gonna have a night of spooky stories around a campfire. So he says, go to the library and find a spooky book. And so that is where we are starting our tale. So there's going to be a lot of reading involved. Please bear with me, but trust me when I say that this quest line has some really good storytelling. It's worth it. So you have already agreed to join us on the Greenfields for the sharing of spooky stories. But now that I know Dynadus believes himself to be above scaring, so Dynadus is one of the kids who is not afraid of anything. I fear my own stories might not be well frightening enough. I need to do some more research, Betastrophe. Can I ask you to make a trip to Tuckborough and secure the assistance of Donna Mira Took, what a name, the librarian of Great Smiles? She has an unrivaled understanding of the contents of the library, and she will certainly know where to find the tome or two with the scariest of hobbit stories within. Find me suitably scary stories, and I will make one or two further arrangements, and we will be ready for the telling of tales when it is dark enough. So I'm gonna wait to pick that one up. So we're gonna go to Tuckborough. To the library in Tuckborough. We're gonna take the fancy way. Look at my steed. The default name for the steed is Casper, and I'm like, that's so perfect. No. So perfect. I love it so much. Shout out to Ardent for finding out what the steed was for me, and how I was able to get it. Only available during the... I think it's in the LotRO store, I can't remember. But I've only ever seen it available for mithril coins during the Harvest Math Festival. But, oh look, copper deposit! Ah, man, I need to get the thing. Not distracted. Not distracted at all. But yeah, Arden figured it out for me and helped me. And, fortune pricked me. And I opened a Hobbit present on Meriadoc that gave me 200 mithril coins. Holy crap. So, hey, we're in Tuckborough. It was a nice little journey. Here's the library. Or Great Smiles. The library is in here. I've done this quest so many times already. I love it so much. So, here's Donna Mira. You're looking for a book of scary stories? I cannot say that any come immediately to mind, for hobbits do not generally write down such things, though they do enjoy sharing them in person, especially in warm comfort, with the dark and night safely beyond shuttered panes and far away. You are welcome to look for yourself, Betastrophe. An accomplished librarian who doesn't have a book or in mind of scary stories. But fear not. You find a tattered book that seems to contain frightful tales. Well, this is very curious. I do not believe I've ever seen this book before. The letters on the cover are very faded and most indistinct. I cannot read very much of the title, but the first word seems to be chill. I believe it promises chilling tales, and a cursory examination seems to bear out this presumption. Feel free to take it with you, Betastrophe, and bring it to Bingo Boffin for his perusal. May it increase his enjoyment of the Harvest Festival. I know he will see it return to me eventually. Oh, the lag. Oh my god. I was really hoping that Meriadoc wasn't going to be as busy, but It's almost as busy as Peregrine. Glam Drink seems to be the only server right now, at least for when I get on, that is like I don't have any issues with it, lag or rubber banding. Naked Steed, see that lag? So cool. I mean the steed, not the nakedness. Look at the booty shaking. And it whinnies at me because it knows I'm looking at its butt. So now we ride back. Look at this view. Oh, it's so great. I love the Shire so much. Ah, don't you just love it? I want that copper deposit. I need to get some crafting. Gosh, it looks so great. It looks so good. Damn, taters took forever to cook in the soup. You would think that that's right, the Shire fascinates you like a lava lamp to a pothead. I freaking love it here. I really do. Ugh, such an amazing place. I hope that the lagging clears up. No more stuttering. Yeah, it is that time of year, Balric, where you start making soup. I love making potato soup. Potato soup, chili. I make a mean cabbage stew. I know a lot of people that don't like cabbage, but it's really, really, really good. A lot of different soups that I can't think of off the top of my head. Ah, this book looks perfect. Thank you. I shall spend some time becoming acquainted with the tales within, and it will be time to share spooky stories before you know it. Loaded baked potato soup. Perfect. 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 Alright, I'll stop. I feel like that hurts your ears as much as mine. It's nearly time, Betastrophe. Let me know when you are ready and we will go to the Greenfields together. Oh, we're going to the Greenfields. We're going. It's a staple now. It sounds amazing. Yeah, this music just doesn't do it for what we're doing right now. So you see, there's Priska and all her children. And Dynodus, the non-believer. This is the perfect night to share spooky stories, Betastrophe. Even better than I hoped. Many of my cousins Priska's children have told me they have their own stories ready to share, and I have one of my own as well. Bolster your courage, my friend, and let us celebrate in the scary spirit of the season. You can choose who gets to share the first story. And this is the part that is freaky. This is like Children of the Corn level. Let me turn off my HUD so you can see. Like, this is creepy. This is so freaky. It's so freaky. I don't like it at all. Ah. I forgot to check to make sure my drive was connected, so it actually take. Oops. See, that's what happens when you do it in the multi-chat. When you do a command, or when I do a command in the multi-chat, it sends the command response twice. Well, I guess it is connected because I didn't get an error message when I went live, but I forgot I needed to check that beforehand because sometimes YouTube gets mad. But I think we're good. Excuse me. But yeah. Okay. Gotta turn my head back on, otherwise we won't be able to see. So we'll go with, I don't know. I never know who to go first. Let's go with Esmeralda. I would be happy to go first if I had a story prepared, but I think I will just listen for now. Oh yeah. Let's see what Dynadis has to say. I'm not telling a story. Pick someone else, Catastrophe. Honestly. Yeah, he's a buttonhole. All right, Angelica. Oop, she's got a story. Here we go. Hobbit Children of the Corn. Exactly. A night for ghost stories. Many, many years ago, before our family trees had so much sprouted, there was a small village on the banks of the Brandywine not far from where the stock is located today. One of the prominent figures in this village was a fellow named Gerd Goodcliff. He had the respect of his neighbors and was consulted about many of the matters that faced the town. It was widely held that when the time came for the mayor to step down, Gerd would easily be chosen to take his place. One day, while walking among the reeds at the river's edge, when he heard a small voice among the rushes. How curious, he thought to himself, and he squatted down in the mud to find the owner of the voice. Finding nothing, he prepared to stand once again, but before he could, a large black cat padded out of the reeds. Well, hello there, he greeted the cat, and turned to go. Hello yourself, it said to him. Gerd was most surprised, for this was the first time a cat had ever spoken to him. Once he recovered himself, he found that the cat was not simply talkative, but quite friendly as well. It introduced itself as Green Eyes, and said that it came from a faraway land in search of a home. Gerd was happy to offer Green Eyes such a place at his own humble burrow, and Green Eyes contributed in his own way, keeping mice and other undesirables away from Gerd's pantry. In time, Green Eyes proved capable at finding much more than mice. He would stalk through the village, creeping into half-open windows and pushing open unlatched doors. He learned many interesting rumors and overheard much gossip about the hobbits of the town, and he recounted each salacious morsel to Gerd with delight. Gerd began to look upon his neighbors with distaste and distrust, and he found he could no longer stand to engage in conversation with them. He became cold and distant, and other hobbits avoided him when they saw him on the road, crossing to the other side rather than speak with him when they returned to their homes. Green Eyes would follow behind and listen while they called Gerd off-putting and odd, and unfriendly. The cat recounted these stories to Gerd with regret, but his tail twitched back and forth happily. I don't need these liars as friends anyway, Gerd told him one day. I have you, Green Eyes, and you're the only friend this hobbit needs. Green Eyes nodded, his tail twitching. Not long after, a day came when Gerd could not find Green Eyes anywhere. Despairing and certain that one of his neighbors had done some harm to his friend, he ran screaming out into the center of town. Folk watched his raving progress through the village, and their whispers were no longer hushed or hidden. Madly, Gerd ran down to the banks of the river, and there at last he found his friend. Green Eye stood among the reeds, and with his two front paws, he pushed a small boat out into the river. He clambered onto it and turned back to face Gerd as it floated out on the current. "Why, Green Eyes? Why must you leave?" Gerd called at him. Green Eyes did not respond, but only watched him silently until the current bore him away and out of sight. No one knows what happened to Gerd Goodcliff after that, but he never came back to town, and he never became mayor. But there are some who say that if the moon is high in the sky, like it is tonight, you might catch a glimpse of Green Eyes on his boat floating away down the river, his tail twitching, twitching, twitching. Oop, it said I was too far away. So, if you see a black cat, stay away. It might be Green Eyes. Well, that was certainly something. Who should go next? Let's go with Marigold. I overheard this story when I was very little, and it made quite an impression. I vowed never to let fear be the master of me, and so far it hasn't, and won't. Some hobbits should still learn that lesson, I'd say. Long ago, a wealthy hobbit named Longo Proudfoot lived alone in a fancy manor in Mickledelving. He enjoyed expensive things and employed many servants, and it was a poorly kept secret that he did not treat them well. He enjoyed the food they prepared for him, but he was consumed with distrust and feared they would sneak into the pantry and steal the ingredients within for their own families. So it was that Longo had strong locks and heavy bars installed on his pantry and carried the only keys. When it was time for his servants to prepare his dinners, he would march them to the door, carefully unlock everything, and stand by watching while they removed what they needed. He carefully marked the quantities of each foodstuffs, and it seemed more was being withdrawn than was necessary. He had strong words at the word. If it seemed more was being withdrawn than was necessary, he had strong words at the ready. This continued for some time, but still Longo was certain that his servants were stealing his food. I cannot say for sure, but it seems to me that the extreme measures he used to prevent it must have inflamed the servants' desire to perpetrate some thievery. But that might just be my perspective as a rebellious hobbit. At any rate, there came a day when Longo's suspicions were at their greatest level, and he called all his servants into the sitting room. "I no longer have a need of your services," he proclaimed, and dismissed them all. "Go steal from someone else's larder," he cried, and they steamed from the manor. That night Longo lay in his bed. He found that his suspicions had not been eased by dismissing all his servants. On the contrary, now he was worried they would not be bound by loyalty and might break into the manor to gain access to his pantry. Where were the keys? Ah, here they are. Still, they might have already performed the deed and replaced the keys when they were done. Longo hurried to the pantry and found the many locks he had left him. Found the many locks as he had left them earlier in the day. He unlocked every one and threw open the door, revealing shelf upon shelf of useful ingredients and foodstuffs. As he went inside for a closer look, he brushed the door by mistake, and it swung shut behind him. If he had not been so focused on counting the bags of flour and inventorying the pickling jars, he might have heard the heavy bar fall into place outside the door. But he did not. No one knows how long it took before anyone noticed that they had not seen Longo Proudfoot set foot from his manor for some time, for he had told his servants not to return, and he had no friends or family to check on him. Oh my god, he might have lasted for quite some time in that well-stocked pantry, but in the end, after all, does it really matter if it was days or if it was months? But hobbits in the Shire have reported feelings of discomfort in their own pantries late at night, as if they were being watched from behind the shelves, and some folk have claimed to see the eyes peering out at them from between the bags and boxes, eyes full of jealousy and distrust. The eyes of Longo Proudfoot. Nonsense! These stories are all rubbish. That's Dynadus, the non-believer. Not at all. Is it my turn? I have a good story to tell. Is this the one I think it is? Okay. The story I'm about to tell is older than each of the others we have heard tonight, for it dates from the earliest days of the Shire and is recorded in very few places. I found it in a book that Betastrophe retrieved from the library of Great Smiles, but it seems to me there are few copies of that book ever made. Once I tell you this story, it will live on, and you should all remember it. Even in the earliest days of the Shire, festivals were already important to our distant ancestors. Were there boffins even then? I'd like to think so, although I have not seen a family tree that extends back that far. Certainly some branches of our family trees bear similar names to those earliest inhabitants of the Shire, and I have seen accounts of Esmeraldas, Marigolds, Griffos, and Foscos, but I'm getting distracted. A young girl by the name of Menegilda. What a strange. Why are those letters in that order to make this word? Menegilda. Menegilda. A young girl by the name of Menegilda, oh my gosh, desired to win a dancing competition. But her chief rival, one Peony, excelled at the art and bested her at every opportunity. Menegilda. Oh my god. We're just gonna call her Gilda. Gilda was obsessed with winning the great prize, and she became convinced that Peony owed her success to the violet shoes she always wore. Gilda hatched a plan to steal the shoes. She surprised Peony on the banks of the Brandywine and demanded she hand over the shoes. Peony refused and said there was a spell on the shoes. They would work only at her command, and they would do Gilda no good at all. Gilda was not dissuaded. In fact, the revelation that the shoes were enchanted filled her with happiness. At last, an explanation for her continued failure to beat Peony at dancing. Peony removed the shoes and threw them at her rival. "Fine," she cried. "Have them. I will tell my father what you've done, and you won't be allowed to dance at all." This was a mistake, but Peony did not understand the rage that seethed within Gilda's heart. Gilda charged at her with arms raised, and she pushed Peony into the river. She never surfaced. Gilda put on her stolen shoes and returned to town. There were whispers, but no one had seen her encounter with Peony, and it was believed that Peony may have run away seeking her fortune beyond the borders of the Shire. Gilda did not care. Her every thought was bent on winning the next dance contest. Damn, that is insane. A few weeks later, Gilda wore her new shoes and danced on the stage before all the assembled hobbits. Everyone cheered and applauded, but they had never seen such dancing before, not even when Peony had participated. Gilda was the clear winner. And yet, something was wrong. Someone tried to present Gilda with the winning ribbon, but she merely continued to dance. Everyone applauded again, but she showed no signs of stopping. "I think that's enough, dear," someone called. But now there were tears streaming from Gilda's face, and the assemblage came to understand that she wanted to stop, but could not. Folk rushed the stage and sought to remove the violet shoes, but they wouldn't come off. Gilda's feet flew left and right, here and there, but even when she fell into a stupor, the dance continued. At last it stopped, but Gilda's dancing days were done. The shoes were packed into a box, and it was sealed away, hidden in a dusty corner of a forgotten burrow. Hobbit spoke for a long time of Gilda and the cursed shoes, but eventually the story passed into legend, and folk doubted if it had ever really happened, even as they feared to speak of it. And that is why hobbits never wear shoes. That's not true! That can't be true! How do you know? It's just rubbish. All these stories are nonsense. Well, it's interesting you should say that, Dino. Because I went and had a chat with Bombard Foxtail at the Matham House. Brombard. And he did some digging around and he found the very same shoes from the story. And here they are. Can it be? No, that can't be. No way those are the same shoes. Does anyone want to try them on? I'll do it. I'm not afraid. Esmeralda, speaking up with the quickness. Esmeralda, are you sure? I'm not scared, Mother. They fit perfectly. See? Nothing to worry about. All right, Esmeralda. You should probably take them off now. I can't. I can't. Stop. No, Esmeralda. Esmeralda, no. No. Catastrophe, help her. Trying to remove the shoes. The shoes won't come off. No! Esmeralda! It's all true! It's all true! Dinah does. Ha ha ha! Oh, it's so funny. What fun! What do you think, Catastrophe? It seems that Esmeralda should try acting at the Frostblood Theater. That was convincing. That was a convincing performance. I'd say we certainly gave Dino a taste of the season, wouldn't you? Oh, it's all in good fun. He'll be fine. He just needed a good scare. We wouldn't have carried out this trick if Priska hadn't given her permission, and she thought it might do him some good. Just as we did. It's the season for scares, after all. And there goes Dino. He took off with the quickness. He gone. The music wasn't spoopy enough, though. Haha! That was great, Catastrophe. I think we finally managed to frighten the unfrightenable. The spirit of the scare is still alive and well in the Shire, despite the rumor to the contrary. You had better go and check on him. We don't want him falling into trouble on our account, after all. Dinah just ran off to the northwest. He's probably laughing about it by now, although he'd never admit it. All right. Don't worry, Dynadus. I'm coming to save you. I fell so far. That is so dumb. Ooh, don't want to go that way. I gotta remember that my character is level 18. Oh gosh, I gotta be... Well, I guess it's fine if I run into a couple of fights. That is so freaky that there's another character here. That scared me. You have found Dynadus Boffin.
That was horrible, Betastrophe, and very mean. I expect a full apology. You should not go round trying to scare people for no reason.
You explained to Bingo. You explained that Bingo believed his cousin might enjoy the Harvest Festival more if he let himself be scared from time to time, and Dynadus flails his arms wildly.
Bingo thinks nothing scares me. I have become a victim of my acting skills, Betastrophe. I gave too fine a performance. Do you remember when we explored the haunted burrow? I worked so hard to see through the spooky atmosphere and lay it bare as a sham, but deep down I was full of fear. Every bump, every sudden movement, every deep shadow seemed to promise some new form of terror. Foolish Betastrophe, I do not fear nothing. I fear everything. Now you know my secret and shame. I trust you will keep it to yourself. It all began some time ago when I offered to walk Kellendane Brandybuck back to her home after a dinner party with my mother after a dinner party my mother hosted. Kellendine was very happy to have the company, but as we began to walk, I saw the arrows much later than I had thought. That night was dark, and the shadows were deep, and my blood ran cold at every creepy sound. I knew if I did not do something, Kellendine would know me for a coward. Cry disaster! In order to mask my fear, I adopted a brazen attitude and mocked every fear I felt. It was all an act, and an act at which I have become all too practiced. Dynadus frowns. Still, Bingo is my cousin, and that was a mean trick for my family member to perform at any remove, and no matter the distance. Speaking of distance, I was on my way back to the green fields when you caught up to me. I turned around because I had heard something scary and dropped my pack and ran back this way. Do you think you can retrace my steps to the northwest and find my pack? I don't think I have the courage to go back and look for it. Oh boy. I might have to fight some bears. Dynasys pack and unnatural blue fires blaze in the darkened wood. Oh shit. I'm gonna grab his backpack. There's a spectral vision. Ooh, what is this? Wee woo, wee woo. The spectral vision stares past you into the dark space among the trees. When it speaks, the sound reverberates in your ears and sets your teeth on edge. There can be no reparations for the hurt that has been done. In 1 year, all will fear the parting of the wood. None will escape the curse of the Eerie Acres. Despair and repair to your holes, for none but one will laugh when all is done.
The vision stops speaking, and the space between the trees falls silent. All is cold. Let me just...
back my thing up, back it up. We're just gonna leave that spectral vision right there and make our way back to Dynatus. Bingo has come here and he apologized for the trick, and all is well now. And we don't need to discuss that thing I told you, Betastrophe, all right? Good. You give Dynatus his pack after a moment's thought. You tell him that you saw something unusual nearby. Oh, what? What was it? Actually, perhaps you should tell Cousin Bingo. I don't think I need to hear about it. I don't believe in that sort of rubbish. No, indeed. I apologized to Dynatus for our scary trick, but I think it did him some good. Now, what has whirled you up in such confusion? You quietly tell Bingo about the spectral vision you saw in the wood, and he looks at you skeptically. Is this a joke? Or a trick of your own? You really saw this thing? What fun! A mysterious apparition appeared in the wood? How delightful! I simply must see it for myself. Let's go, Betastrophe. Yeah. I knew I was gonna aggro the bears. Not gonna lie. The drum beat scared the shit out of me. Punchy punch to the face. The drum beating. That got me. They got me pretty good. Ah, son of a biscuit pants. Punchy punch to the face. Okay. Did it already do the thing? You know this was the location, but the apparition is gone. There's nothing here. That's even more scary. I do not like this catastrophe. I mean, it's all nonsense. There's nothing here to begin with, and that's very cruel of you to pretend otherwise. It's gone. I'm disappointed, but that just makes me even more curious about it. What is going on here, Betastrophe? What does Dynatus think? Perhaps afterwards you can circle around to that building on top of the hill and see some sign of the apparition. What's going on here, Betastrophe? Oh god. I slid down the damn hill so I can't see. Yeah, I see you growling at me. Punchy punch you in the face, sucker. Alright. I'm just like,
Alright, how many of these guys am I gonna aggro before I get... Let me hop on my horse. You see nothing unusual on the approach to the ruined building. You stand atop the ruin but see no sign of the spectral apparition. Night night. Now we gotta go. Whoa! Probably gonna aggro this guy. And this guy. Yup. Only aggroed one. To the face! Punch a punch to the face! Try to do so we can still see. You didn't see anything? I'm not surprised. Whatever was here, it clearly does not want to be seen again. I wonder why. My mind is full of questions, Betastrophe. This is truly an autumnal mystery. Oh my god. I need some time to think it over. I will meet you back at the party tree. This wood has become very spooky, and while Dionysus may not fear anything, I have to confess that this place has given me the chills. I love it! But perhaps we should head back to Hobbiton all the same. Alright, now I gotta get... ride through these woods. The spooky wood after dark. Oh gosh. You shush your buns over there. Dagnabbit. Ah! Is he still chasing me? I love how the Shire music and the battle music are playing. Buns shushing, fingers typing. That is hilarious. I had to beat up some bears, but we got through it. Ah, the lag. Everything was going so well. By the way, I love the giraffe icon. If I haven't said it before, I'm so glad that you do. I needed something fun. And I made this. Using my Microsoft Copilot. I just typed in what I needed and the green didn't look that great, so I went with the black witch's costume. Oh, you like the overlay too? Thank you. Oh, I wanted something fun for the spoopy streams.
I've got my fall one, and I've got this one for the spoopy streams. Whee! Ooh, are you gonna make it? Oh, dang. You know, I need to figure out how to do the droplets from here too. We'll work on that. I'm very excited about this autumnal mystery catastrophe. I've read many scary stories and they always delight my imagination, but I've never been involved in one myself. Tell me once again what the ghostly fellow had to say. You recount the words of the spectral vision. There can be no reparations for the hurt that has been done. In 1 year all will fear the parting of the wood. None will escape the curse of the Eerie Acres. Despair and repair to your holes, for none but one will laugh when all is done. Do I have that right? I have to admit I do not know what any of this means, Betastrophe, but it sounds to me like we have a year to figure it out. I will do some thinking. It sounds to me as if next year's Harvest Festival might be something though. I can't wait, but I guess I must. And now, the Curse of Eerie Acres. Hop, skip, and a miss. Exactly. Oh, this is cool. I didn't realize that they did this. Where it says it's recommended, though not required, that you complete the Frightful Tales to curl the hair on your toes. Frightful Tales to curl the hair on your toes quest chain before beginning the Curse of Eerie Acres, which we just did. So you guys have background and can understand a little bit better. So here we are, the Curse of Eerie Acres. Where has the time gone, Betastrophe? It feels as if we were just discussing the strange apparition you saw in the Bind Bowl Wood, but the year of which it spoke has already come and gone. I fully intend to spend the time researching the phantom's words, but each day was too full of chores and errands and visits, and don't you know it, here we are again, no closer to solving the mystery. What did the apparition say? Ah, here it is. I wrote it down. There can be no reparation for the hurt that has been done. In 1 year all will feel the parting of the wood. None will escape the curse of the Eerie Acres. Despair and repair to your holes, for none but one will laugh when all is done. It still gives me the chills. Well, we will not forget those words, and I recommend that you keep your eyes open as we participate in the Harvest Festival this year. If you see anything at all that seems to relate to this curse, come see me at once. Walwick Goldworthy has opened a new field of the festival games for the Harvest Festival this year, at a place called Wistmead. I have seen nothing to indicate that he knows anything about that apparition or this worrisome curse, so we should go to Wistmead and have some fun. But I will keep on the lookout for anything suspicious, and you should as well. There's a pony to Wistmead just to the east upon the slope. I'll meet you there, and hopefully Wistmead will have plenty of spooky fun and very little in the way of scary curses. Hey look, it's the steed I got. Wee woo, wee woo. Now look at how spooky Wistmead is. Look at how spooky. It's so spooky. Now this is the music. This is what I needed. This eerie music. Bingo waves you nearer, but he's clearly suspicious of this place. I must say, Walwick Goldworthy has done quite a nice job of creating a spooky atmosphere for the Harvest Festival here at Wistmead. This is where we should have a look. This is where we should have told our scary stories in the first place, Betastrophe. Can you imagine what Dynadus might have done if we had tried scaring him here instead? Even the least frightening story might be more convincing when told in this atmosphere. I encourage you to find my various cousins, a lot of them once removed, and see what they think of the games here in Wistmead, but do not forget to remain alert for any suspicious activities. There may be an apparition on hand seeking to conduct some nefarious purpose, and if this curse oh my gosh. And if this curse of his is real, we want to know about it in time to prevent it from being carried out. Even so, try to have fun anyway, Catastrophe. It would be a shame to spoil all of Mr. Goldworthy's work with the excess of caution and worry. Wistmead really does seem like a fitting location for spooky fun, after all. I saw Angelica making a beeline for the ponies to the northwest, and Barilak mentioned something about taking a snooze near the maze. Find them first and see what they think of Wistmead. Alright, fun and games. So Angelica... Actually, we'll go over here first. Angelica Boffin. Hello there, Catastrophe. Will you look at these beautiful ponies? Let's have a look at the beautiful ponies. Aren't they simply delightful? I understand that Carl Proudfoot has loaned them to Ulrich Goldworthy for the duration of the Harvest Festival, and they've been painted with these frightening but adorable designs. If I did not love horses and ponies as much as I do, I might be quite chilled to see them. But I do, and I am not. I'm having a lovely time here in Wistmead, and everything scary I've seen seems to be on purpose, Catastrophe. Cousin Bingo's curse must have nothing to do with this place after all, and he likely worries for nothing. I will stay here with the ponies. Everything seems fine to me. Oh, I do have the steed, so let's dismount and dun-da-da-da. This is Mondarb. Oh wait, I didn't rename him. Hang on. Oh, his default name is Leaf. That's cute. Mondarb. Mondarb, we ride! So, yeah, Mondarb is the name of a steed from the Wheel of Time series. And I don't know if you guys have read those books, but there are a lot of them. But I really enjoyed them quite a bit. If you are able to get through that first book, then you're golden. You are set. You are set. Of course, my first time reading through them, all of the books were not out yet. I had to go back and reread the series after it was completed. Really good though, definitely worth it. And I found out that at some point I found out that there are audiobooks, and Kate Redding and oh god, what's the other guy's name? The two people that read are I love them so much. I can't freaking remember the guy's name, but he's like somebody that you guys would recognize. Damn. But it's good. The audiobooks are definitely worth looking into, like if you're into that. But yeah, back to Wistmead. My side quest. Mondarb, we ride. I don't think that line ever happens in the book, by the way. I just like saying it. Oh, it's you, Catastrophe. I came with my brothers and sisters to Mistweed. Mistweed? Oh my god! Wistmead. But I am quite ready to leave. I was promised Harvest Festival fun, but this doesn't seem terribly enjoyable to me. All I want to do is curl up here outside of this maze and take a restful nap. But I've not been able to get comfortable. There's just something about this place that keeps me awake, and that is most unusual. Why I would say it as a first. I'll keep trying. Are my siblings having a better time than I am? I hope so. But above all, I just wish I could take a nap. This is usually not a problem. But Barilak is having trouble sleeping, and he usually sleeps pretty easily. Michael Kramer! Thank you! I could not remember. There's some other audiobooks that I have that he's read in, and oh my god. I love Kate Redding, like, so freaking much. Michael Kramer is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, there's another boffin that I missed. Thank you, Balric. I was totally going to look it up later because I couldn't remember. So good. But yeah, the audiobooks are really, really good. Really good. What? Their husband and wife? Oh my god! That's amazing. I didn't know that. That makes it even better. Like, I love them even more now. Now I've got to go back and listen to them again. So good. They're so good. Yeah, I had the hard copies of the books the first time I read through them, and like I said, they weren't all out yet. So listening to them, listening to the audiobooks, it just so good. So good. Anyway. Camellia. Or is it Camellia? Welcome to Wistmead, Betastrophe. I spoke with Walrick Goldworthy earlier, and he told me that it took quite a long time to clear this field and prepare it for new Harvest Festival activities. I'm very glad he took the time because the spooky atmosphere here cannot be matched by anywhere in the Shire, and everyone is having a wonderful time. Naturally, I asked if there was anything that still needed to be done, and it turns out there are still some baked goods waiting to be set out on the tables. Could you go pick up one of Holly's pies from the tents on the other end of the field? Amelia lowers her voice conspiratorially. I must warn you about something, Betastrophe. The pie filling has been fashioned with blackberries and currants, and should be delicious, but Holly Hornblower has made it look as if the pies are filled with creepy crawlies and spiders. A number of hungry hobbits might try to get in your way, but give them a good look at the pie, and they will surely leave you alone. Oh my gosh. The lag. The lag. Oh my god. Ah! La 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 la. Hungry hobbit. Just a quick nibble. Ew! Is that pie filling made from spiders? May I have some of that? Oh, yuck! That pie is full of spiders. Makes me happy. Amelia thanks you for the pie, but Griffle eyes it with distaste. I thought Wistmead was going to be full of fun activities and delicious food, Betastrophe, but it seems I was mistaken. I wanted nothing more than to dig into one of these pies because the pie crust is golden brown with the way I like it, and the smell makes my mouth water. But on closer inspection, you can plainly see that the pies are filled with spiders. It is an affront to good taste. I do not understand why folk still buy pies from Holly Hornblower. Honestly, I'm not enjoying my time in Wistmead, Betastrophe. I'm just so hungry, and I do not like that feeling. If you want to find someone who is having a good time, perhaps you should find Marigold. I expect she's enjoying herself because it's dark and a little scary. I saw her looking at the misty woods on the other side of the field, and she might still be there. I'll try and rummage up something edible. Wish me luck, because I am not eating one of those spider pies, no matter how delicious it might smell. Can't fool me. On Dob. We ride! Marigold Boffin stands by a fog-enshrouded path at the edge of Wistmead. Catastrophe! How are you finding Wistmead? I'm not especially interested in the Harvest Festival activities that Walrick Goldworthy has set up here, but I am very curious to know where this path leads. The fog hangs thickly all about the trail, and the darkness seems almost to pool among the trees. It feels like an adventure to me. Cousin Bingo made me promise to stay in Wistmead, or he would tell my mother, and she would be very cross. So for now I should not follow this misty path. But you made no such promise, did you? You should walk along the path and see where it leads, and then come back and tell me what you saw. That is a capital idea, is it not? I'll be waiting for your report, my friend. You walk along the path for a time, but the fog is very thick, and you may have gotten turned around. Dun da da da. Definitely got turned around. Catastrophe! How did you get back here without my seeing you? You got turned around in the woods? This must not be ordinary fog after all, but a magical, mysterious mist that lends itself to confusion even when most perceptive, damn it! Oh my gosh. But a magical and mysterious mist that lends itself to confusing even the most perceptive of adventurers. How delightful! I will do some thinking and see if I can come up with some means of countering this curious canopy of cloud. For now, you should return to Bingo and tell him I am having a great time. Spooky mysteries abound. Oh my god. Here we go. The longer I stay here, the more worried I become, Catastrophe. How do my cousins feel about Wistmead? You tell Bingo that Angelica, Camellia, and Marigold seem to be enjoying themselves for various reasons, but Barrelac and Griffle do not seem to be having a fine time. At least some of my cousins are enjoying the Harvest Festival here, even if that cannot be said for all of them. I suppose that cannot be the curse at work. Unless it is a curse that has chosen to mildly inconvenience a few hobbits. Which seems unlike any curse of which I've heard. Curse or no, I still wish more of my cousins were having a good time. Perhaps I'm making a great mountain of a Shrewsboro catastrophe, but that apparition you saw in the Bindbowl Wood has me all aflutter with worry. What if the curse of which it spoke is just around the corner, and it waits to level its full effect upon the hobbits celebrating the Harvest Festival here at Wistmead? Do you think you might speak with Walrick Goldworthy in front of the maze, and ask him if he encountered any difficulties while setting up the festivities here? I hope that I'm just being silly. I will not be able to enjoy the games here in Wistmead until I set my mind at ease. And right now, it is all a bustle with spooks and scary shenanigans, but not in a good way. Yes, what do you want? If you are here to complain, I do not want to hear about it. I've listened to more than my share of grumbles today, and my temper is at its lowest ebb. Move along, you! You try to set Walrick at ease by telling him that several of the hobbits with whom you have spoken seem to be thoroughly enjoying the festival at Wistmead, and he softens somewhat. When he seems less annoyed, you asked him about the process by which Wistmead was made ready for the activities. and games of the Harvest Festival. Ah, yes. Well, it was quite a lot of work, so I am pleased there are some who have enjoyed the games here. I put together a team from Hobbiton and from Bywater, and for the better part of a fortnight, we worked to clear the field of stones and stumps. We had to move a few fences. Hobbits might once have lived among the trees here, but we also moved one or two low walls. That lost my spot. Oh, okay. We had to move some fences. Hobbits might once have lived among the trees here, but we also moved one or two low walls that could have belonged to Hobbit homes, although the houses themselves are gone. If you want to see how much work we put in, you can take a look at the junk pile where we moved everything. It is to the southwest across the main path that runs through Wistmead. And enjoy yourself. I would not have put so much work into this if I did not love the spooky season so much. Alright. Let's go check out this pile of rubbish. Face down. A face-down wooden sign among the debris catches your eye. You turn the sign over, revealing words that chill you to the bone. It says, Eerie Acres is carved on the sign, but it is crossed out and Eerie Acres is scrawled instead. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in the dialogue. So, Eerie Acres. You look as if you've seen a ghost, Betastrophe. Another one, I mean. You haven't, have you? You tell Bingo that Walrick Goldworthy cleared away several fences, stones, and wooden structures when he prepared the fields of Wistmead for the Harvest Festival, removing the debris to a junk pile. You go on to describe the wooden sign you found among the trash. What's that? You say there's a sign for Eerie Acres? Someone crossed that out and painted the words Eerie Acres on top? But that means... It's just as I feared, Betastrophe. This field may be called Wistmead now, but at some point in its history it must have been called Eerie Acres. We have wandered right into the waiting jaws of a curse. You have to tell Walrick that he may be in danger. He has to cancel the celebrations here at once. Man, I don't want to tell him that. We don't know anything. And it may not have been Eerie Acre. It may have been Cleary's Acre. Cancel the Harvest Festival? Absolutely not. Why should I do that? You tell Walrick Goldworthy that a malevolent force has declared that no one in the Shire will escape the curse of the Eerie Acres, and you have found proof that Wistmead was once known by that name. He snorts with disbelief. What nonsense! I know the sign of which you speak. It stood by the western path out of the clearing and has not been thought of by anyone for a very long time. No one objected when we pulled it from the ground and tossed it aside, did they? This whole place has been uninhabited This whole place has been uninhabited for dozens of years at least, Catastrophe, and no hobbits have called this place Eerie Acres since yeah. And no hobbits have called this place Eerie Acres since then. Take my word on it. I'm sorry you are bothered by all of this talk of curses, but I'm sure it is nothing. Someone is playing a holiday prank on you, and I wager I will not shut down Wistmead, and I will not cancel the Harvest Festival if that bingo boffin put you up to this. I will not cancel the Harvest Festival. If that bingo boffin put you up to this, you can just go and tell him his plan to ruin my festival has failed. And all that. And that's all I will say about it. Oh my god. Let me read it again. If that bingo boffin put you up to this, you can just go and tell him his plan to ruin my festival has failed. And that is all I will say about it. Starting to go cross-eyed trying to read through these through this text. He refused to cancel the festival, did he? Of course he did. That is just the sort of day I'm having. Why, I saw Fosco just now, and told him we should probably get ready to leave Wistmead. And do you know what he did? He yelled at me and stamped his feet. He's always been one of my favorite cousins, but he raised his voice at me and put me right out of sorts. Something is not right here. I think this is quite unlike Fosco, and I think the curse may be to blame. What is going on here, Catastrophe? Mark my words, there's more to this than we know. The Curse of Eerie Acres is real and has affected some of the hobbits here. What's going on here, Catastrophe? Mark my words, there is more to this than we know. The Curse of Eerie Acre is real and has affected some of the hobbits here already. There can be no mistaking it. We have to get to the bottom of this business, Catastrophe, and find a way to combat this curse before it becomes too late. What we need is a clue, or better yet, more than one. Bingo snaps his finger. Maybe we have one. You said that the writing on the sign you found had been crossed out with red paint, and someone had written Eerie Acres? What words did this mysterious vandal seek to replace? Cleary's Acres, you said? Well, that is one place to start. We need to find out anything we can about a hobbit named Cleary, and perhaps we will learn what happened to his homestead, for it to be known as Eerie Acres. It may be a long shot, but there might be some record of Cleary's Acres at the town hall in Mickledelving. Consult with Mayor Whitford, and you might learn something useful. I will stay here and keep an eye out for anything unsuspicious. I will keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Good luck to us both, Catastrophe. I don't. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen. And we're off to Mickledelving. Oh, that scared me. Oh my god. I still need to do this dancing one. I want to get that Hobbit emote, dance emote. All right. I am going to take the stable to Mickle Delving and then take a short break. I need to refill my water and use the restroom. I think we might actually be able to finish this tonight. I'm really excited to be able to do it all in one stream. This next part is prepare yourselves. Get your box of tissues. That's all I will say. This is a really long title. Follower of the Long Road.
Good day.
Actually, we'll do the long travel to Mickle Delving so that you guys can see more of the Shire and while I'm taking my break.
I'm back. I hope you enjoyed. Getting to see some of the Shire sights. Enjoying the scenic sights of the Shire is always fun. Exactly. So we are going to head over to talk to Whitfoot. Will Whitfoot. Will Whitfoot. And Mickle Delving. What is that? I don't know, but Mayor Will Whitfoot. Coo whip. That's right. That's right. Will Whitten. Coo whip. So good. Oh, so good. Hello there. Hello. How are you enjoying the Harvest Festival this year? Have you found time to head over to Wistmead for the new activities there? I understand Walrick Goldwater has really outdone himself, and there are many fun games to play and delicious treats to enjoy. I was about to make my way there to sample some of the offerings myself, but I will of course take the time to help you with whatever you need, so long as you make it quick, Betastrophe. A hobbit named Cleary? Is that used as a first name or as a surname? Well, I can't say makes a difference because neither case rings a bell. I have no memory of either. When did you say this Cleary lived in the Shire? You didn't? If he is an old resident, it could be some belongings of his have ended up in the Matham house. You could ask Brombud if he's seen anything belonging to Cleary. I've given more than enough thought to this matter. It seems well settled to me. Sorry I could not be more help, but I need to get going if I am to sample some of the food platters in Wistmead. Good day to you! Oh man, he's such a helpful mayor. Isn't he? Oh, which steed is this? I can't remember. Steed of Esteatment. Oh, yes. Oh, look at this beautiful steed. Strongheart is his name. Brombird. Where's Brombird? Brombird Foxtail. Is he up on the hill? The Matham house is up on the hill. Am I correct? We're about to find out. Hello! Yep. Matham house is up here.
Good day.
Cleary, eh? I don't think I know any hobbits by that name in the Shire, although it does sound familiar for some reason. It strikes me as being a name from many years ago, perhaps when I became the keeper of the Matham house as a young hobbit. But that was long ago, and if I then saw Mathams labeled with the name Cleary, they certainly have been long since distributed or buried beneath other more recent items. Cleary. No, I can't say I know of anyone with the name. Perhaps you could check with the postmaster. His occupation requires that he have a thorough knowledge of hobbit names and addresses, and if anyone knows of a Cleary in the Shire, he is just the hobbit who will do so. Postmaster Proudfoot can usually be found outside the Quick Post
right near the town hall.
Oh, man.
Huh, how rude.
Dude. Oh my god, that is hilarious. I also made some tea and it is too hot to drink. Just burned my tongue. I needed to cool off. I should have put like a piece of ice in it. How rude. That voice is too. Oh no, it's hilarious. It's so funny. You are looking for Cleary? Yet I hope that you seek word of Halson, Cleary. This is an unexpected joy catastrophe. At last! I thought this day would never come, and I would go to my grave with this task unfulfilled, more disappointed in a long line of shamed postmasters, but it is not to be. The mail shall at last be delivered. When I first came to work at delivering the mail, when I was just a young hobbit, old Ned Hartfoot, the Proudfoot master, showed me the ropes. It took me a few weeks to learn the ins and outs of the quick post, and I never forgot his lessons. One day he took me down to the cellar and showed me a box of old envelopes. "These letters ain't never been delivered, Hugo," he said to me, "but my old boss told me we weren't to throw them away. Could be one day we'll find out how to deliver 'em, and when that day comes, the quick post will truly have earned a fine reputation, even if it puts a lie to its name." Well, Ned passed, and not long after that, and I took a vow to keep those undelivered letters safe until my own time was up, or the intended recipient came to claim them. It seems to me you might be the closest person we're likely to get to Halson Cleary catastrophe. If you are willing to follow me, I will show you the stack of undelivered letters, and you can decide what to do with them. Let me know. Follow me, catastrophe. I can still hardly believe that someone has come in search of those letters after all this time. All right. I've emptied the box of old letters onto the table of the cellar. You are welcome to look through them and see if there is anything important. Now remember, this is highly unusual. We at the Quick Post do not advocate looking through people's mail, but these letters are so old, there should be no harm in it. This way, catastrophe, this way. Whoop. Whoop. Mind the steps, they can be treacherous. If you are not used to them. We are more organized than we seem, I assure you. All right, the letters are there for you. I will return in a few minutes. All right, I am going to... Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna turn my HUD off, but I might not be able to read fast enough. We'll see. I need to leave the floaty names on for now. Alright, first letter. Dear Mr. Cleary, I hope I'm not intruding, but I wish to write you this note of thanks. I had a delightful visit with you, and I'm already looking forward to our first 2 hours of next week. As I promised,
I will bring some fresh produce from my father's garden. You will not believe the crunch of our carrots. They are truly something. When next I visit, I will help you clean the weeds out of your own garden. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I find gardening to be rewarding. Very sincerely yours, Ivy Redsmith. Maybe I want to stand here. Dear Mr. Cleary, thank you once again for another lovely visit. I hope you don't feel too badly about what your neighbors have been saying. They seem a poor lot, mean-spirited and unwelcoming. Pay no heed to their insults. I will not either. Looking forward to our next visit. Ivy Redsmith. Dear Mr. Cleary, this winter has been very bad, hasn't it? I'm sorry to tell you that the weather must keep me at home. I cannot visit this week. But I promise to bring some soap and towels with me when next I visit. I will scrub away the mean things your neighbors wrote on your fence in no time. Warm regards, even in the cold. Ivy Redsmith. Dear Mr. Cleary, has it already been 2 months? I cannot believe it, but I know it is so. I've never seen snow like this. It began as winter's lock, but now... I'm sorry, I have not been able to visit. There's no sign of the weather's improvement, and my family's worries deepen every day. I promise I will see you as soon as the winter ends. Waiting to see the sun again. Ivy Redsmith. Dear Mr. Cleary, they say this terrible winter might soon be done, though they have said this before. I hope this time they are right. It has taken its toll on my family and on my friends. Our food is nearly gone. They say it will be a time of famine unless something can be done. Do not think I am being forward, but I am worried for you, Halson. Your home was in no state to weather such a winter as we have had. I hope your neighbors at last showed you kindness. Could they have given you shelter, shared their food, and found warmth in their hearts for you? I hope they have. They would be cruel hobbits indeed if they have not. Are my letters being delivered? I have heard no word from you for more than a year, Halson. You could not possibly have stayed in your home this whole time. Could you? Worried, hungry, and afraid for you, your dear friend, Ivy Redsmith. You fold up the last of the letters and return it to its envelope. So, how'd it go? What did you find from those letters, Betastrophe? Did you learn anything of use? You briefly describe some of what Ivy Redsmith wrote to Holson Cleary, and as your tale progresses, Hugo's eyebrows furrows as he strokes his chin deep in thought. These letters are indeed very old. It seems to me that Ivy and Holson lived during the time of the long winter, which gripped the Shire more than 250 years ago. That winter was the longest ever recorded, and it was followed by the days of dearth, a period of famine and unhappiness, the like of which has never been seen again. It is said that many hobbits died during that winter and the food shortage that followed. I hope that fate did not befall Ivy or Holson. But there are no further letters. It seems likely they came to sad ends. I wonder why these letters were never delivered. The hobbits of the Quick Post must have had their hands full just trying to survive the long winter, but still, I would have expected them to make an effort, at least before it became clear the winter was worse than usual. It does strike me as somewhat odd the letters that predate the snows were not delivered. Cue the Law and Order. Dun dun. Have we gotten to the bottom of the mystery? It seems to me that we have only uncovered more questions. It is highly unusual for letters such as those to not have been delivered by catastrophe.
The gall of some folk.
the voiceover. It is highly unusual for letters as those to not have been delivered by catastrophe. We run a respectable post here, and I would have said we always have done. But those undelivered letters seem to cast more doubt on it. To my shame and that of my predecessors, why would those letters not be delivered? At any rate, we do not keep records of home ownership at the Quick Post, but there's a small chance that someone might know the state of the Cleary farmhouse, even if knowledge of its one-time resident has been lost during the ensuing years. That was so long ago. I speak of Clem Underhill, the escrow broker here in Mickle Delving. He may know of the deed to the Cleary farmhouse if the deed ever changed hands, and if the land was sold, he might tell you the name of the current owner, if there is one. All right.
Just a moment.
The Cleary farmhouse, you say? Oh, that goes back quite a long way, almost 300 years if I remember right. The records from those days are rather incomplete, but there is a deed of a parcel of land in that name. It is a wooden lot, yes? I have had no cause to go out there, but the description makes it sound quite deep into the forest near Walrick Goldworthy's new cleared field of Wistmead, isn't it? That is an interesting coincidence, since the field has only recently been put to use after being left alone for so long. There have been no transactions relating to that parcel, so I expect if it was owned by a Cleary once, then it must be owned by a Cleary still. A descendant surely, although that is a long time for anyone to stay in one place without interacting with his neighbours. That is no way to live. Not for any respectable hobbit. It must do you some harm, surely, to see only the faces of your family and no others. And if you live by yourself with no kin around you, why, imagine it. And who would take care of you in your 12 days until finally your last day arrives and you meet it alone? Clem shivers suddenly. Mayhap it is just the time of year, but thinking about this sends a chill down my spine and raises the hairs on my feet. It sounds like a spooky harvest festival story to me, and not something that should happen to real folk in the Shire. I cannot say that I like it, Betastrophe. I hope I was a help to you, and now I would like to think no more of these troubling thoughts. Just gonna dust it off. Just gonna dust it off and be like, alright, we good. My pet just gonna stay there? Jacka Lewis, you just gonna hang out? Alright. Or we'll just dismiss you and bring you back. There he is. Alright. Well, looks like we've learned all that we could here in Mickle Delving. Well, you see what had happened was time to go back to Wistmead. And chat with Bingo.
Good day.
So sad. We have these letters that have been just hanging out at the post office, at the postmaster, for over 300 years. Waiting to be delivered. Or waiting for somebody to come by and claim them. The wild thing is like, the only reason why I was there is because I'm investigating a curse, because of this all started with an apparition, which we would not have found the apparition if we hadn't had the frightful tales to scare the hair off your toes and freak the shit out of Dynatus. Had to have some tea. So good. So good. At last you've come back, Betastrophe. Bosco yelled at me again, and this time he had the support of several of his brothers. This is so unlike them. What did you learn in Mickle Delving? Did you find out anything about Eerie Acres or about the curse? You explained to Bingo what you learned about Halson Cleary and the parcel of land he once owned not far from Wistmead. The hobbit nods. It all makes sense to me now. The spectral vision you saw in the Bindable Wood must be related in some way to Halson Cleary, and somehow he managed to put a curse on the Shire. None but one will laugh when all is done. That must refer to the ghost of Halson. That must refer to the ghost of Halson Cleary.
scorned and forgotten by his neighbors. In fact, that may very well be why the Boffin boys are so uncharacteristically angry. The ghostly haunt has affected them without their knowing, and the close proximity to Wistmead to the Cleary farm has inflamed their tempers. Are you up for another adventure catastrophe? I have the perfect hobbit in mind to go with you. If there's a spectral haunting the Cleary farmhouse, you need to be prepared to weather some frightening apparitions, Catastrophe. Who better to take with you than my cousin Dynadus? He is not frightened of anything and will be best suited to adventure with you through the misty forest to the Eerie Acres. No matter what the haunt brings, he would disbelieve a ghost right to its face, and I think his clear head might be the secret to dispelling this curse. I will not hear another word about it. Find Dynadus by the fire here in Wistmead, and I look forward to your successful return. This is gonna be good. What's going on, Catastrophe? Why do you have that look on your face? You explain Bingo's idea that a ghost is responsible for the haunting of Wistmead, that he wants you and Dynadus to travel through the woods to the Cleary farm to dispel the curse. Dynadus laughs, then his smile drains away. You're serious? Oh no, Catastrophe! Is there no way to get out of this? I shared my secret to you in confidence. I do not fear nothing. I fear everything. But if I tell Cousin Bingo the truth, he will know my secret and I will be revealed as a liar. But if I do not tell him, I would have to brave the spooky forest and risk the ghostly curse. This is terrible. There is nothing for it, I suppose. The path is foggy, so you should pick up this torch and use it to light the way. I'll be right behind you, but I'm not happy about it. Not at all. I love this as we go skipping into the forest. This is a bad idea and I regret it already. Let's turn round and tell Bingo we didn't find anything. What do you say? I know he's depending on us, but he doesn't have all the information, does he? He thinks I don't believe in ghosts. Not only that, he thinks that I will be an advantage to us on this endeavor. But he's mistaken. Won't my belief in haunts and specters, ghostly apparitions, serve as an even worse disadvantage? Ah, rumph. Fine. We can keep going, but I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. I suppose we have to keep going, Catastrophe. And then he runs forward. So good. The faster we move, the sooner we're done with this. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, maybe it was my imagination. Is that a farmhouse? It looks like no one has lived here for a long time. You better check it out, Catastrophe. I'll wait here. What an ass. The door is locked and barred and cannot be opened from this side. No one rests upon this side of the porch, if no one ever did. The forest encroaches upon the rear of the farmhouse. The door to the cellar appears to be unlocked. What did you find? Over here, Betastrophe. Oh, a cellar door? Well, the door to the cellar is locked, so I guess we'd better turn around and go back home. What's that? The door is unlocked? Oh dear, there could be anything lurking down there, Betastrophe. Do we really have to go down there? Oh, I do not like this. Oh no. What is that? Can it be Green Eyes from the scary story? I hope you guys saw the little black cat down in the corner. Oh, what now? Do you hear that? Long Proudfoot trapped in his larder? What a terrible fate! What will happen to us, Betastrophe? Will we be trapped here forever? Oh, dearie me, we cannot think like that, but must push ahead anyway. Where's the specter? I don't like this one bit, Betastrophe. I don't see anything out of the ordinary now. Oh no! What is that? These fish are not real. This reminds me of the scary story. The one Odo Grub with Odo Grub. It sends a shiver down my spine. It's gone. Just like the others. Let us keep going, Betastrophe. This place is super dope. What manner of... Hold on. Trying to get the angle correct. Oh, right there. What horror awaits us ahead? What manner of cellar is this? It's unlike any I've seen. I feel eyes upon us, Betastrophe. Eyes right here. Well, go on then, spirit. Let's see what terrible vision you have for us. Nothing? I think we may be through the worst of it. This house must have already run out of frights for us. Right, they definitely was out here busting ass. I'm gonna take a shot because this cave is too... The way that Dynadus is all scared. He probably is. I charge forward with newfound courage! Another door! After you, Betastrophe. I think that was the only one. The well. Stairs? You go ahead. I will catch my breath and meet you at the top. There's something peculiar about these stairs. Really hard to get a good vantage point. be able to see the apparition. This painting looks dope. Ooh, that's cool. The shrew. The dragon painting, which I want to get for the house that I don't have yet. This is so dope. A chair to rest. You rest on your laurels. There's something most peculiar about these stairs. What in the heck? Ooh, a Middle Earth map of, looks like, oh, this has got to be like an old school one. Well, I guess that makes sense. Over 300 years ago. Ooh, that looks like, it looks like it was burned down. But it reminds me of these old ruins in, near, Gondaman. For the times, I bet it was a new school map. I know, right? Ah! Oh my god. That made me jump. Freaky, I didn't even see him run. I turned around to see him come up the stairs and I definitely turned in the wrong direction. That is funny. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to do like this. Finally! I have to say, Catastrophe, I'm not sure how all these stairs fit inside this farmhouse. It looked quite a bit smaller outside, didn't it? A pox of ghosts and specters, why can't things just be as they appear? I suppose we have to keep going. Maybe the next trick that will be that this spooky building is actually not scary or haunted as it appears. Here's hoping. Oh, of course it opens up in my damn face. Oh, I don't like this catastrophe. A sudden gust of wind? My torch went out! Hello? Are you awake, sir? Oh dear, this fellow is dead. I think this fellow's dead. Is this Halson Cleary? Who has disturbed my vigil? Oh my! Are you the ghost of Halson Cleary? Shunned by my neighbors. Left alone. Left to die. The time has come to levy my curse upon them. Stop right there! Reinforcements have arrived. A whole brood of boffins. I love it. I'm trying to get a good vantage point. I did some thinking, Catastrophe, and I decided I could not let you and young Dynadus face this danger alone. So I set my misgivings aside and prepared to follow the two of you, and don't you know it, but my other cousins had much the same idea. Something about this spirit story strikes me as quite suspicious. I think we should get to the bottom of it, and at once. I don't believe you are Harson Cleary at all. I've read a number of scary stories to celebrate the season. And that is simply not how otherworldly spirits behave. No, you are something else. You are well rid of the Hole Dwellers. I think you will find us quite a surprising folk. I am the skulking Aya, and I speak for he who no longer can. Halson Cleary died years ago, hated by his neighbors. They called him eerie, off-putting, and strange. They mocked him. They insulted him. His rage and his hate drew me here. He died in this very chair, and no one wept for him. You are wrong, spirit. You say Halson Cleary had no friends? I have proof that says otherwise. Beth Tatrophy, catch! Bingo tosses a satchel of envelopes to you, and you grab it from him. Dear Mr. Cleary, thank you once again for another lovely visit. I'm just going to click on them all so they're all reading at the same time. I hope you don't feel too badly about your neighbors having said anything. Dear Mr. Cleary, I hope I'm not intruding. Dear Mr. Cleary, the winter has been very bad, hasn't it? Dear Mr. Cleary, so it's like a house full of everybody reading. No! Stop this nonsense at once! Enough! Ivy Redsmith. The long winter had been like none the Shire had ever seen. Hobbits died of hunger and cold, even among their friends and family. Ivy Redsmith wanted to help Halson Cleary, but the winter prevented it. This changes nothing. Halson Cleary was hated by his neighbors. They whispered cruel things about him, and they let him die. His rage drew me here. Yes, you said. I've been thinking about that. There are places in the world where evil spirits dwell. Marigold has told me quite a lot about some of them. I have! Such spirits make the land more like themselves just by being there. You strike me as a barrowed down sort of chap. So, I think you left the Barrow Downs and settled here at Cleary's Acres. But I think you came here before you said you did. What does it matter, Hole Dweller? It matters. It matters because I think it was your presence that caused Halson's neighbors to dislike him. I say it was not. What did you say your name was? The Skulking Aya? More like a skulking liar. him, Dino! That's a good one. That'll teach him, and no mistake. Are you afraid of me? I'm not. I am not. You arrived, and Halsin's neighbors felt uneasy. See, they changed his name to Skulking Liar. It's fantastic. But they didn't know what it was. It was you. It was you the whole time. This does not change anything. Halsin Cleary died. He died alone, with only me for company. He did. Knowing this won't bring him back. But if I could tell him that he was missed, I would. I would tell him that even when he felt most alone, there were still hobbits who cared. Stay back! Did Halsin think you were a friend? Did he suspect you were to blame for his solitude? Leave me be. No, I think you are the one who needs to leave. Hobbits won't fall for your tricks any longer. And take your curse with you. Ah! Yes, and don't come back. Job well done. You can't frighten us. Yes. I love it. The skulking Aya is defeated, Catastrophe. He won't be bothering us anymore. Not if he knows what's good for him. Now that he is gone, I expect hobbits at Wistmead will no longer feel the effects of his presence. It is not soon enough, if you ask me, but better late than not at all. I wish we could have done more to help Halsin Cleary. His is a sad story, and while I'm glad to have at last put an end to the villainy of the skulking Aya, we are much too late to help poor departed Mr. Cleary. Better late than never, did I say? It is hard to be later than this. 200 years gone, but I still hope he finds some rest in it. I should like to make arrangements to bury him. I shall inquire with the mayor, and perhaps the quick post can be made to foot the bill. Had they delivered Ivywood Redsmith's letters, some measure of pain might have been avoided. No, I will not judge the postmasters long gone. The skulking Aya had a hand in the dereliction of their duties. I think Halsin Cleary should like to be buried in his garden. We will set Ivy's letters with him, and may he find peace at last with the memory of her. Did you see that, Catastrophe? The skulking liar, I called him. Oh, if only Kellendine had been here to see my incredible bravery and courage. You'll tell her, won't you? It's funny. I was frightened when we came to the forest, and then again when we arrived at the spooky farmhouse hidden within. I was beside myself with terror when you told me the door of the cellar was unlocked, and each new vision we beheld as we made our way through the Cleary farmhouse increased my horror tenfold. But when it came right down to it, when we confronted the spectre, and so many of my brothers and sisters were beside me, well, things didn't seem quite as scary anymore. How very strange. Even so, I look around me, and the spookiness begins to creep back, and I tell you I'm ready to go. Yes, let's leave while we have the opportunity, Catastrophe. What's the holdup? Well, this has been a harvest festival to remember, Betastrophe, and no mistake. I am glad we have managed to dispel the curse and set the skulking ire packing. I wish Holston Cleary could know what we did for him, but of course that is impossible. Perhaps it is enough that we remember this one thing, easy enough as it is to forget. We should strive to be kind to our neighbors, even in every season. We should strive to be kind to our neighbors in every season. Hey, presto! It just occurred to me that some of the spookiest stories I can think of come from our failure to do that. This one included. The Curse of Eerie Acres has been dispelled, and now we can safely enjoy the Harvest Festival without fear. Or perhaps with just the right amount of fear, if you know what I mean. Hobbitside spooked and scares are more to my liking, and to that of my cousins, I think. Thank you for all your help, Betastrophe. Now, I believe I will turn my attention from investigating ancient curses to another matter, looking into these spider pies everyone's talking about. The Curse of Eerie Acres completed. Well, I hope that y'all have enjoyed walking through this quest with me. It's one of my favorites. It's really sad. Unfortunately. But like I said, the storytelling is pretty amazing. So I wanted to make sure I got at least one stream in where we walked through the whole thing. So hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. But that is all for tonight. So we'll be back tomorrow with some more LotRO. Wow, I can talk. With some more LotRO. The Duran's Day event is going on, so I'm hoping to get to at least go to the door and show you guys that part. We're not gonna do like the full retelling of The Hobbit in the game, but at least complete the event. Apparently, I didn't know this, but you get a deed or a title or something completed every time you visit the door. Every year you get something for going back. So now I'm like, crap, I'm gonna have to do it on all of my characters just so I can get the title. But I'm looking forward to that. So we will be back tomorrow with some more Lord of the Rings Online. Runekeeper shenanigans, but we'll see how things go. Either way, we'll be back on LotRO. So, and then Wednesday we have our third spoopy stream of the month, which is going to be interesting. Where the busybodies return. And then Thursday I will be finishing my first diamond painting. This is going to be a pretty chill stream on Thursday. So come hang out and we'll have a virtual puzzle. I'm going to try to get the browser puzzle set up for us so that those of you that don't have access to Steam during stream and still want to participate in the puzzle can do it from the browser. I will look into getting that set up. I've also been going through and I've gone through, so I have a playlist on YouTube that has all of like my horror stream VODs. So I've been going through the previous years, and they all have timestamps and clips made and links to the clips in the description. So if you want to go back and check those out, you can. I also went back and have been putting in like the timestamps for like the Dead by Daylight stream. We restarted so many times, so there's only, not all three of them are on there, just the last time I restarted the stream is what is listed. I unlisted the other two since I had so many connection issues, but that one's done and all the timestamps are there. I just got to go back through Twitch and make some clips and post them to all the other mediums, and then I'll be working on getting the timestamps to the Phasmo stream from last week up as well, and getting some clips made. Hopefully there's some good ones in there. I mostly wasn't talking, and I just had like terror in my eyes the entire stream, but I'm sure there's a couple of jump scares in there that we can all laugh at later. So my 5-year Twitch affiliate anniversary is coming up on Halloween. I officially got my letter October 24th, but Twitch has me as an official affiliate on October 31st. So we will be celebrating on Halloween. There will be the 5th annual horror stream that night. I'll be playing Alien Isolation, and we'll also be celebrating my 5 years as a Twitch affiliate. I might have some giveaways, we'll see, but in the meantime, I have discounted all of the sound alerts and jump scares for you guys. So if you guys want to play around with those, they'll be discounted for the rest of the month up until the Halloween stream. So, or including the Halloween stream. I'm sure you guys are gonna want to scare the shit out of me that night. We'll see. So lots of cool stuff coming up. Anyway, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate y'all. And we'll see you tomorrow for some more shenanigans.